It's recording.
Cool. What's the biggest one you've seen before?
Usually, it's not even
Like a baseball?
right. Not even a singular one. It'll be just multiple ones. But this is pretty big in and of itself.
Yeah, it's been there for a while. I think it's about the size of a dime, Kishino.
Yeah, give or take. Yep, you got it already. But we are gonna treat it. I'm gonna put some medicine on it. And
Oh, you're not gonna cut the whole thing out?
well, that's not how these you know that. So you've attempted to cut it out, but you got to go deeper than that. So we're gonna cut it and treat it, and you got to treat it too. It's gonna take multiple treatments.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were just gonna gouge the whole thing out like a ball.
To do that, that would be a surgery. You actually would have to go full thickness through all the skin layers, and a dime size, I believe, a hole in your foot.
A big hole?
Yes,
You can't do that?
through the fat pad layer.
Wow,
right? So,
deep?
Absolutely, to really get it. Or you do it this way, what you've tried to do it. That's why it's amazing that you said it actually did it on your skin. These black dots.
Oh, this is from like years and years ago, like when I was a little kid.
So children get rid of them quicker. Adults, it takes longer. It's amazing that you just cut it off and it went away because they're deep-seated. These black dots are actually dried blood vessels. These go through all the layers of the skin. So I couldn't even do that without, the proper room procedure and sterilization. That's a real, actual surgical procedure,
So
surgical excision.
It gets no blood flow and everything?
It's taking, yeah. So yes, the black vessels are dried blood from it being
So it's
supplied.
alive.
Correct. It's a virus. Correct. It's in your skin. That's right.
I kind of wish you could take the whole thing out.
Yes.
I don't want it in my foot anymore.
So it's just not that easy, is all.
Okay.
And now then the potential does exist. I can set you up for something like that if you want that as a long-term fix, but it's not a 15-minute appointment, so to speak.
Right. It's surgery.
Yeah.
Does it need stitches?
This is actually so irregular, you probably wouldn't be able to put stitches in something like this because of the shape of it. I can explain that once I get my hands free.
Is it pretty deep?
It's always deep. By definition, they're deep. That's why we see the black dots in there. Yes.
Is it the biggest one you ever seen?
It's not the biggest one I've ever seen, no.
Second biggest?
No, it's not up there.
Top 10?
Probably not. We talking about thousands of patients over the course of my
Not even
experience.
top 10.
Not even top 10. It's unimpressive.
Really?
I see some feet though.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I washed my feet like twice this morning and stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely. But what you could do was fair. I think it's fine that you actually document the progress.
Sometimes it's huge. Bigger than a dime.
Gets worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's already all the stuff off of there.
Oh, the callus.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a prescription you're going to give me?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to come back here and renew it, or can I go to Columbia?
You can go to Columbia to renew it.
Okay.
Will you be able to get it here today, or you want to get it from Columbia?
I can get here today.
Okay.
Can I still walk after this?
Yes.
Okay.
You won't be. You'll be better off, not worse off after today.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put some ointment on, a treatment on there. I want you to leave it on there for the night.
Salicylic acid?
It's actually a different kind, but still acid. Anything, something
More powerful
acidic.
acid?
Yes.
Cool.
Correct. Had you used sal acid before, or you just researched it?
I researched it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what everyone's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Or they freeze it.
Right, so they all work about, roughly, different thing. People will respond differently sometimes, but anything, freeze it, sal acid, any other kind of acid are all designed to agitate the skin, blister it, and cause it to form out of the skin.
Yeah, some people on YouTube, they like make incisions and try to grip it and yank it out. Blood everywhere.
Right.
It's and they're in pain too.
Right. Hence the surgical process. Usually sometimes come with this. Yeah, it's crazy. That's what I mean. It's a full thickness thing. It's not a superficial layer of the skin thing.
You should watch it. Sometimes some of these guys are surprised, like, oh my god, there's still more. Like,
right.
It's all messy now.
And you can inoculate a certain. If you don't get it and do it right, you can keep the virus in there and it just transfers to another, other place.
Make it spread.
Raise up just momentarily for me. The camera like that.
Hey, thanks for doing the filming
No
thing.
problem, man.
I'll keep you anonymous.
Yeah, they have their own rules here, so they actually they don't want you to take the room and all. They got some real right.
The Constitution.
Right.
You're doing an awesome job. I don't feel anything, just pressure.
Good. So what happens is the nerves are actually usually not in the body of the wart, but it hurts if I would put my finger on it. That would have hurt, despite the fact I got a blade in my hand.
I tried stabbing it a couple times because it pisses me off sometimes.
Yeah.
It hurts like hell.
Because you stabbing through, yeah.
Trying to stab through, but oh my god. Like, whoa. And I know I'm not hitting my body. I know that I'm doing the wart too.
Yeah, but it's still the nerve endings deep, and you just got to work it out of all the layers of the skin here.
I think I got it because I was walking around the gym barefoot.
Yeah, so cutting down, eliminating barefoot walking in communal places is the only preventative thing that you can do. I mean, some gyms and pools and those kind of places. That's how these come out. Let me swap my gloves out. I'm gonna put some medicine on them. Okay.
So the wart takes over some of the blood vessels so it can feed itself.
So that's right. So the idea is the black dots are dried blood vessels. They're deep and they're supplying the wart. So when you cut it, sometimes they bleed. But how you can tell you have progression or improvement with treatments is you'll usually see less blood vessels as this timing goes on.
Oh, okay.
And so you got to get them till those black dots are gone. You got to keep treating it till they're gone.
So it can't eat anymore.
Now, right. So you kill it, right? So everything from sal acid to all these things are designed to do the same thing, and they work different ways for different folks. Children tend to respond a little easier, a little more readily to treatments and such.
Even after it's cut out, the virus is still in my body.
We're not cutting it out.
Okay.
We're just shaving superficial layers, and so that's why you've been jabbing it throughout the years and it hadn't resolved.
Huh.
Because to get it, you have to go to the muscle layer of this foot.
To the muscle. Wow. Will it affect my tendons or anything? Or?
Not what we're going to do,
okay.
but surgery. That's why it's a big deal. I wouldn't even. It's a big deal, not a little deal, to even say yes to that. Because then it takes 3 to 4 weeks for the skin to heal in proper fashion as well.
And I can't walk.
And you wouldn't be able to put pressure in that area. All of those are things that kind of come about with a full thickness surgery cutout. And it's anesthesia. Usually, I mean, it's not you have to numb the area to do so, and most often. You have to go at that point. It becomes an excision of a soft tissue, wound. It's going to keep my medicine in place for the time being.
I can't take a shower or anything.
So you can, you just got to keep this dry. Even if you just do it for a day.
Okay.
Keep it dry. That time frame, but we really want to get this to the skin there. I use a combo trichloroacetic acid,
Is that super acid?
cell acid. I mean, they all have their consistency is the key. Something because I don't want you to think cutting it and that's enough. That's not enough. You cut it and treat. Cut it and treat. Cut it and treat. Think this little diagram here.
Less
Correct.
seeds.
So even if you filming it or are documenting it, that's something that clinically you can appreciate one way or the other.
Yeah, over the past year, I probably cut off maybe half a pound of skin.
Mhm.
That's gross.
Rather. No,
Like leather.
it happens.
I could make a wall.
It happens. Definitely happens.
So yanking it out and doing it yourself is bad.
You see, it's been a year.
Yeah, over it.
Now, I will say, I'm gonna give you some credit. The ability, right, to tolerate certain things will work in your favor now. So if I said, hey, you can smooth it, in between your own treatments of what I'm going to prescribe for you and help it out that way, I got a willing participant. I got somebody that I wouldn't want you to take a knife to it best you can, but you can do some stuff. And I think you can tolerate some stuff. It looks like you can tolerate some.
It feels like a hangnail. It bugs the hell out of me sometimes.
Yeah. They definitely
I'm gonna take a Bowie knife and just hack off my foot, or at least the heel part.
They're definitely annoying in nature. And again, just for whatever reason, children respond better to a lot of different treatments. Freezing is actually a thing that sometimes I do for children because it's kind of the lesser evil, so to speak. They can tolerate that more than even what I just did to you.
Huh.
Even though you did it just fine. You tolerated it just fine. So consistency, you're not gonna cut it and have.
I won't cut it anymore.
Yeah. So if that were the case, you set you up and it'd be that size hole. Now the reason why you can't, you say about stitches, just because of the shape of it. It's round, so you can't really stitch around a round wound like that. You would actually have to let it fill in from the inside out, and that can be a 3-week process or more sometimes.
Because of the hole.
Because of the hole.
A hole in your foot.
Yeah. But yeah, just try to avoid walking in those spaces where you're sharing that space, so to speak, so you're less likely to pick things up.
Ideally, how many days to keep it dry would be the best?
I like this. Even if you can squeak out 2, maybe 3 days.
3 days?
Yeah,
Okay.
to do that,
Okay.
and then you'll start your process with the stuff I'm going to prescribe for you.
Okay.
You'll see that. I took a picture of it.
Right now.
Video of the other stuff.
The carnage. Thank you.